Okay, I needed to prop up my laptop and I put it on top of my lamp. So I'm going to do this very quickly. I just want to say that I am very happy and grateful for my life and all of the experiences that I've had, especially the experiences of always being in different schools every other year or every year, because that really just, I really like meeting people, and I like when people gravitates toward me. And I feel like a lot of people that I'm no longer in contact with, they have left a tremendous impact in my life. And it just shows me that people literally just always gravitate towards me. Um, and even though, yes, it may seem, or I took that as something that was very sad for me when I was young, just because I enjoy friendships. And whenever I meet someone, like, of course, I want to see you grow. I want to see all the things that you are going to accomplish. I want to see how you're going to end up as a human being. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Well, at least in my story, I was not fortunate, but at the same time, I was very fortunate to have moved around. But I wasn't fortunate enough to create those long-lasting friendships that many people make whenever they're young, and they continue that until like their adulthood. But I've always been the type of person to always move around due to my circumstances, and I have really met some of the most amazing, most nicest, most unique people around the world. I lived in Pennsylvania, and within Pennsylvania, within my hometown, I literally went to all of the schools here almost, and I moved around literally just in my hometown, different school, like, let's say 6 or 7 different schools I went to. But Pennsylvania, New York, Texas, and the Dominican Republic were all different places that I lived when I was young. And it was just so crazy to be in different environments, different atmosphere, around different people. And just moving around taught me that we're not the same. Like, we're all having different life experiences, even though we are currently living in the same time period. Everyone is going through life so differently depending on the environment that they're in. For example, when I was in the Dominican Republic, our school was like up in the mountains, like a rural area, so we would have to walk at least 3 miles, or even more than 3 miles. 3 miles is very generous, because it would take like 30 or 45 minutes. It had to be longer than that. I'm gonna calculate it, and I'm gonna see how much it is. But we will have to leave school. We have to leave our home to go to school at least 45 minutes before school even started, because we will walk. But we will walk with like all our cousins, all our friends, so it didn't really seem like it was a lot of walk. But anyways, wait, let me get back with that. We used to have our school schedule. So high school, we'll go to school from 1 o'clock to 5:45/6. So we will have to get ready for school, and we will walk at 12 o'clock. You guys know, at least if you live in like the Caribbean or a hot area, that 12 o'clock is like the most hottest time of the day to be walking. So walking in the no shade, walking with your friends and cousins just to go to school, and each time a motorcycle will come, of course one of us will get on and go to school, and so on. But that was crazy, and our uniforms were super cute. I love the uniforms. There were skirts, and over there, you guys know how with the classes, like the students move classes, but over there it wasn't like that. Like, the teachers moved from different classroom to classroom because it was easier for them, and they weren't enough room for all of us to be moving at the same time, right? But yes, so school was only 5 hours, and that meant that they didn't have to give us any lunch or dinner, but we would have a recess of like 20 minutes where we would go to like the cafeteria, where we could just buy like candy, crackers, juices, and just mix around with other people. And that was so crazy, you guys. Like, just going to school there and just even experiencing that. That was something that I always wanted to do when I was young, and I never knew how I was going to experience that. But guess what? I did. But that just made everything so different, you know. And then when I moved to Texas, so following Dominican Republic, I moved to Texas, and over there it was like the biggest school I've ever seen in my life. Like, we had like over like we had like over like 3K students in that school. Like we had trailer parks outside because we didn't have enough rooms for classes in there. But you guys, that was like the most insane thing in Texas. They do indeed do everything big in Texas. It was crazy, and I really loved that school because it was just different types of people, and I got invited to like this military ball, and it was crazy because I took my graduation pictures in Texas, but I didn't graduate in Texas. I graduated in a school in Pennsylvania. But yeah, I really enjoyed my Texas school. It was really nice. People were cool. People were chill. Yeah, and they just did everything so big and humongous there. Like their cafeteria was big. Everything there was big. But Texas, like education-wise, like I really did enjoy that school. Like they were on top of education. And and before I went to the Dominican Republic in Texas, I was in New York. And in New York, the school is so weird over there. Like I always wanted to live in New York and go to school there. I went to school in New York 3 times, and I was in elementary school, and I went again when I was in middle school, and then again for high school. You guys, I moved around a lot. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, what is the point? Oh, the point is the school in New York are so weird. So the school I went to was called Flags. I don't know what it stands for. But it was like a 4-story building, and guess what? Just one of those stories, like I was on like the 4th story, was the high school. Like each different level was like a different high school. Wasn't that so weird? That is very weird. But we all shared like the cafeteria or whatever. But yeah, that was like so weird. Everything was small. Like, what do you mean you only have 1 floor? Like, I'm gonna move around or something. And then I graduated from the school in Pennsylvania. I went to that school twice. I was there in like 10th grade and then half of my senior year. And it was fun. Like it was a big school, but not like Texas. But I really liked that they had like 2 buildings, like one connected with like a bridge and stuff. But it was nice. I like that school. What was crazy about that school? Oh, this girl was selling her prescriptions in that school to other kids. Yep, she did. She sure did. But other than that, like it's so much stuff that I went through. Like that's literally just my high school. I didn't even speak about middle school or elementary school. But anyways, that is just to say that I met and dealt with a lot of different people in just different environment and different ways that people live. And yes, saying it, oh yes, everyone is different, but like when you're actually experiencing it, you're like, what? And across the country, people aren't doing this. In the Caribbean, people aren't doing this. So it just makes things a little bit insane, and it just makes me be more grateful because not everyone gets to experience my life and the things that I went through. And yes, when I was young, I might have been a little sad. Boo. But that literally made me to this incredible human being that I am today. And I'm just really happy that regardless of the things that I've been through, I didn't let that bring me down ultimately. Like, I know that there were days that I would cry and excuse me, and be suicidal and really not want to be alive anymore. But I'm really happy that I've never really went through any other things that I was ever thinking about, and that I really just stuck through. And I'm just so happy and grateful, and I'm just so hopeful for my life and for the future of me and for the future of the things that I can get to do and accomplish. And I really just love it here. Like, I really do. I know sometimes I'm always stuck in my head about, oh my God, this, oh my God, that. I'm like, no, like, just be happy because you went through so much and you're still here standing, being the greatest, most gorgeous human being ever. What? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say something else that I really enjoyed about living in the Dominican Republic. One time I convinced like my classmates, to go cave diving. So we skipped school the next day and we all met up at this point, and then we walked and we hiked like at least 10 miles up in the mountains looking for some caves. And we got in them caves, y'all. Like, we literally got in them caves. Thinking about it now and seeing how people be getting like stuck in caves and stuff, like I just be like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I thinking? Because I was crawling. Like, I was literally like crawling. Like, I wasn't just like, okay, so this is the cave. Picture this. The mountain. We get on top of the mountain, right? So that means that we're going to get to the cave. We're going to have to throw a rope. And so, okay, fine. We found this hole, right? and then we threw a rope down the hole, and we were climbing that rope to get inside the mountain, like inside the cave. Mind you, I was the only female that went inside. Like all the other females, like, you know what? When you gonna do like a get together, like everybody just goes just because for the fun of it, you know. But not everybody was like, I'm getting inside. But I got inside because I'm just like, okay, so since I planned this, like, of course I can't just do like, no, I don't want to go inside. Like I have to definitely go inside, right? So I'm in there, y'all. Like I'm in there taking pictures. Like I'm in there with the bats, like. Yo, when I tell you, when I got home, I showered so much because we were literally inside a cave, y'all. Like, I was inside a cave. Like, who just does that on a random Wednesday, Tuesday? I have to show all the pictures because I'm not even joking. But yeah, you guys, it's so much to life. And I feel like this is why this is why I want like more stuff into my life, because back then my life was spontaneous. Like right now, I'm just like, this is not spontaneous enough for me. So universe, God, give me more stuff to be spontaneous about. Like, give me more things to be alive for, you know? But yeah, I feel like I was just meant to get to this moment of realization. Like, okay, Shania, realize everything that you've been through and realize how great and amazing that was for you, because what's coming is even more amazinger than that. These last 3 years were the you know how roller coasters go up and down? Like I was on this roller coaster that was going down, 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 down. And now I'm just like, oh, the roller coaster is going up. But yeah, so the roller coaster is going up, so that means I have to prepare for what's coming into my life. But yeah, I just have to go through that realization real quick, you guys, because I wasn't really seeing how amazing my life was, and I was going down, 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 without realizing that it's all for something. But yeah, never give up, nah, 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 don't you give up, nah, 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 let me love you, let me love you.